Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing another first for me. I'm going to make some handmade pasta. I've never made pasta from scratch, so this is going to be exciting. I did get a new pasta roller attachment cutter for my KitchenAid, so that hooks right to the front, so I'm excited to use that. I also got a new stainless steel dough hook, which I'm excited to try out because mine was coated with that white plastic stuff. So this is stainless steel, and we're going to give it a try today. So if you're interested in those, there are going to be links to them in the description below. So make sure to check those out. I'm going to just use the pasta recipe that is in the little instruction manual that came with my pasta maker. So it calls for 5 eggs, 5 large eggs. So I've already got those ready to go. Okay. And then 2.5 cups of, is it 00 flour? You know, pizza flour. I'm not sure if it's called 00 or 00, however you like actually say it. So I'm going to put 2.5 cups of that. And then 2/3 of a cup of semolina flour. I should have Googled how to say that because I was totally going to, and then I forgot. Oh well. Anyway, so yes, so we've got those. It kind of looks like corn flour, but I don't actually know what it's made of. Durum wheat. Yeah. Anyway, so it says just to put those all in your mixing bowl, attach the dough hook, and mix at speed 2 to 3 for about 5 minutes. So let's do that. Okay, that's been right at 5 minutes. So my issue was I didn't match the hook all the way to the bottom of the bowl like I should have. So if you saw the stuff on the bottom of the bowl, that was probably my bad. I adjusted a little bit, but I'm always afraid about it hitting. Okay, now it does say to hand knead this for about 2 minutes until it's smooth. It doesn't say anything about flouring the work surface, so I'm just going to go with it. It's a little sticky, which I know is not what you want, so I might have to adjust this later, but okay. It looks pretty smooth. So what I'm going to do now is wrap this in some plastic wrap, and then let it sit for about 20 minutes. Okay, we are all set up and ready to make the pasta. So I've got my pasta attachment on the front of my mixer, as you can see. I've also just taken my dough and I've just divided about a 4-ounce piece off so that I can work with a smaller little piece today. That's what the instructions say to do. Okay, so it does say to take that 4-ounce piece and flatten each piece slightly into a disc. Okay, so just gonna flatten it into a disc. Okay, says till it's about 1/4 of an inch thick. Okay, about like a cookie, like you know when you cut a cookie. Okay, so I've got the attachment on there. It says set the roller setting to 8, so I already have that one set to 8, and then this one we won't worry about until later when we're cutting the pasta. But I need to turn the stand mixer onto speed 1 or 2 and pass the dough disc through the roller about 3 times to begin kneading. So I'm just going to turn it on 1. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, it totally stuck to the roller, which is not great. So I'm going to dust my dough a little bit. This is going to be a messy process, I can already tell. All right, and it says 2 to 3 times, so I'm just going to do it a couple times to kind of knead it, it says. Okay. It's kind of crazy. Okay. And then repeat. Oh, no, I got to jump back up. Okay, fold the disc in half, left to right. I don't think it really matters, does it? I don't know. Okay. Repeat these 2 steps several times. So I'm going to just kind of fold it and roll it a couple times. That's pretty neat. So I'm going to do this until the pasta dough is pliable and smooth and covers the width of the roller. So I probably should be folding it the same direction every time. I'm going to do it this way. It's pretty wide. Okay. Turn the roller setting knob to 7 and pass the pasta through roller twice. I'm going to turn it off. I don't know. You could probably do it. And then go through it twice on 7. And then do this on 6 and 5. So I'm going all the way down to 2 because I'm going to make spaghetti. So I'm going to do this twice on each stage until it's at 2. So it should get thinner and thinner, right? Okay. So that is width of, or the thickness of 2, okay, for spaghetti. It does say if it gets too long and you can't work with it, you can cut it into thirds, obviously, or half, whatever is your preference. Okay, now again, I am making spaghetti, so I need to pass it through the other half of the roller cutter to make it into spaghetti. So I'm just going to go ahead and get this all ready because I know I'm going to have a handful of spaghetti in a minute. So I'm just dusting a pan with some of that semolina flour so that it doesn't stick to my pan. Okay, so that should be all ready to go. And then I need to, okay, I'm going to turn this back to 8. Okay, because that's what it says. And then if you want to do spaghetti, is for 2. So it's at the 6 right now for fettuccine. I'm going to turn it to 2 for spaghetti. It changes the widths of the rollers. And then I just do the same thing. Turn mixer to speed 2 or 4 and slowly insert the dusted pasta sheet into the cutter. Okay, so I might actually even try to catch it on my pan. We'll see. Oh, look at that. Okay, some of it got a little caught up in there, so I'm going to have to do a little bit of investigating. But look at that. It made spaghetti. Oh my gosh, my lighting is terrible in here. So yeah, that is super exciting. Here, I'll try it this way. Spaghetti! So I do need to make sure that these don't stick together, so I'm just going to kind of toss them in this flour because otherwise I'm just going to have big chunks of spaghetti noodles instead of noodles. So I need to work on my technique, clearly. So I guess what I could have done is done all of them in, like I could have flattened them all out, all the little chunks of my dough into, the really big, long lasagna noodle before I made them into spaghetti. But I wanted to do it all in one go to let you see a little easier. Also, I did put a wet tea towel over my noodles that are currently made so that, they don't get dried out. But let's try this again. So I, again, just cut about 4 or 5 ounces of dough. And I'm going to start with 8 and just start rolling it through a few times. That one was looking so good and I screwed it up right there at the end. Oh well. Okay guys, I'm clearly not a pro at the technique and everything. But it's making little spaghettis. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Yeah, I just need to figure out how to catch it so that it isn't all one big mass of stuff. And I'm not exactly sure why some of this is getting caught up in there. I'm getting a little bit of residual at the bottom as it goes through the spaghetti cutter. I don't know. But anyway, I'm just going to keep doing that. And then I'm going to, you got to obviously boil them. Otherwise, they're uncooked. So I'll boil them in a little bit. Okay, I have a pot of boiling water going, ready to cook our pasta. So like I said, that last batch definitely looks the best that I did. Oh well. So I'm just going to throw it all in here. It says that the extra flour will bake off, so I'm not too worried about it. Or cook off, whatever you want to call it. And if some of this is in lumps, I don't really care. I just need to work on my technique. So basically, I just need to cook this for 3 to 5 minutes until it's tender, and then I can put my sauce on it, and I'm ready to eat some dinner. Guys, look at that. It looks so good. I'm excited. Homemade spaghetti. Okay, guys, I got a plate. I put a little sauce on it just so I can taste it with and without. So some of the chunks actually kind of went away when I boiled, which is kind of nice. I mean, there's a couple left, but I just kind of tried to shake them up and it worked out. So let's taste a little bit of pasta. Nice long noodles. That's good. I like it. I like that it's homemade. Took a lot less time to boil them than it does when you make them from a box. So that's fun. But there we go. I made pasta, guys. In hindsight, I probably should have started with the fettuccine just so it wasn't such small little strands, just to work with and get my technique down. But hindsight's 2020. But anyway, if you enjoyed this bake, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And again, go check the description below for the links to some of the tools I used today, especially like this pasta maker and the stainless steel dough hook that I used. But yeah, those are in the description. And I hope I will see you next bake.